31. Renfro working on the backside. He comes across on a drag route, able to hurdle the tackle. And then he just protects the football and continues his way up the field. How he was able to keep his balance there.
Like Edwin Moses.
Well, and he's smart enough to see.
Welcome to the Put On Waivers Media Group, home of the Put On Raiders podcast and the Student Body Right podcast. This is your place for the best breakdowns and the best insight for those who fight on and bleed silver and black. Now, here are your hosts, Dwayne Douglas and Ryan Holmes.
And welcome everybody to the glorious episode of the Put On Raiders podcast. I'm your host, Dwayne Douglas, along with Ryan Holmes, and we are podcasting off the beautiful shores of the Pacific Ocean. Beautiful day out here in Southern California. PORSBR is my Twitter handle, and Ryan Holmes is RHOLM22. I want to thank everybody who earlier today, I did a space. I was so frustrated with the game today. I did a Twitter space right after that. It was really good conversation in there. It wasn't like the craziness that you usually get in some of these spaces. So I appreciate that. I want to thank everybody listening and watching the show from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Los Gatos, California, Tucson, Arizona, Kingsville, Texas, Moreno Valley, California, High Point, North Carolina, Oakland, California, of course. Let's see here. Get some. Let's go Yukon, Oklahoma, Fontana, California, Riverside, Rhode Island, Watts, not the Watts but Watts, Oklahoma. and then we also got Boston, Massachusetts. So I mean, obviously, Bill Belichick is listening to the Put On Raiders podcast because it might be a job opening there as far as that goes. And then we got a merch on. So we've got merch on. We got Student Body Right USC podcast. We got the Put On Raiders podcast shirts. They look clean. And they also, if you don't have guns, it'll make you look like you have guns because they snug around the arms. So, your girl will be like, damn, you're working out. I'm upset. And I think the reason why I'm upset is not because I think the Raiders are like this dynamo juggernaut team. I just feel like when you have an opportunity, you get these turnovers. You want to be a head coach. Most people don't get like the head coaches usually get the full subscription. They don't get the free trial. Like you're getting a free trial right now. At AP, you had an opportunity to really, in my mind, go out here and like be aggressive. You should be aggressive all the time because this job is not promised to you. At the end of the half stuff, like all the stuff like that, it really surprised me that they really took that tact in this game. He and Bo. I mean, I got to go with AP because AP is the head coach, but the game plan from Bo wasn't really great because, I mean, it was clearly just get the ball to the tight end, get the ball in the middle of the field, get Renfro involved, and then they didn't do that.
Yeah, it was a tough watch. We saw Bo Hardaway really struggle today, and getting the plays in. The clock got down quite a bit. Yeah. There was a couple of times where they wanted a motion and they had to like kind of stop the guy and hike the ball. And you didn't really get any flow to the offense. They went 2 quarters without getting a first down. They didn't get Jacobs involved in the game, which was a must on the road. You kind of saw, similar to last week against the Jets, they came out a little pass happy, went down. They ended up scoring the touchdown. They had multiple opportunities to get the run game going, give the ball to Jacobs. And you're going to have to live with 1 here, 3 there, and then boom, he pops 30. But they never did that. They never kept giving him the ball. This was a 1-score game the whole game. The Raiders were never down multiple scores that I can remember, and Jacobs only had 14 carries, and 3 of them came at the end of the first half when the Raiders got the ball. They had an opportunity to go down and get points, or at least try. They did against the Jets. They had 52 seconds left against the Jets and got aggressive and went down and got a field goal.
Exactly.
And then this week they came out, maybe it's on the road, maybe AP wanted to play it close to the vest, but you can't run it 3 times right at the 2-minute warning and punt it back. And then they benefited from the turnover. Nate Hobbs punches the ball out. The Raiders get the ball 52 or 58 seconds left. It was just under a minute. You're at the 31-yard line. You're in a prime opportunity to take the lead going into halftime because you're not getting the ball back.
Yep.
And they ran the ball, and they didn't call timeout. They had 2 timeouts. AP, you don't get a bonus by taking those to halftime with you. You have to use them. I have no idea what they were doing. They ran the ball, and literally the clock ran down to, I think, 19 or 16 seconds before they even ran a second play. They just wasted 40 seconds off the clock. And then they got the 3rd and long, and it was like 9 seconds left. They tried a little inside option route to Devontae Adams. It almost got picked off. It got deflected up in the air, and it's like, at that point, just run the ball, cut him out, and kick the field goal. Like, what are you doing trying to throw the ball on 3rd and long with 9 seconds left, and you're at like the 27 or 28-yard line? The end of the half, those 2 possessions didn't make sense. And then they got really aggressive, like on 3rd and 1, a flea flicker. Like, when you can't get a first down, like, just get the first down. Like, what are they doing? And then you didn't see Bo Hardry make the adjustments you saw in the prior 2 weeks. You didn't see anything new. There was no wrinkles. That fast motion that we saw was non-existent today. They didn't get the ball to guys in space. And I'll have to look at the all-22, but my guess is Aiden O'Connell had no idea what he was looking at. And he was confused the whole game, and he couldn't get the reads. He couldn't get off the first. If the guys aren't open down the field, get to your check down. Get the ball out of your hands. And we saw basically what we saw in the Chargers game, where he was holding the ball too long. Yeah, the offensive line wasn't great, but this is the National Football League. Quarterbacks are paid to make plays under pressure. The people that out there just want to blame the offensive line. He was sacked twice. He was under pressure, yes, but every quarterback in the league every week is under pressure. So at some point, it's on the quarterback to make a play or get the ball out of your hands and get it to a check down, get it to a tight end, get it to a running back, get it over the middle. One play, he took a sack, and they just showed the end zone cam, and Devontae Adams is running cross route. He's open. And here comes Josh Jacobs behind him, and he's open. He's taking sacks. So I don't want to say he was seeing ghosts, but clearly Aiden O'Connell, this was by far his worst game. I'm going to say it was worse than the Chargers game.
And then he could have, I mean, he could learn. I thought at Purdue, did they not throw the ball away at Purdue? Like don't take the sack, cousin. Like every single time, like you have an opportunity to just throw the ball at the receiver's feet. As long as it's not like ridiculous, they're not gonna call intentional grounding on you. Like, I mean, let's use those things. I mean, we're sitting there taking losses on. You can't be behind the sticks against Vic Fangio, and you can't be behind the sticks because you're not a big time quarterback. Like, I mean, you're still a rookie. So like, I mean, I get that part too. I'm trying to have like some sympathy for that, but like part of it is like, cousin, he threw a ball backwards today. Like
2 yards backwards.
Like 2 yards backwards. Like 2 yards backwards. Where like and of course Jacoby Myers was a one who was smart enough to actually pick it up. Luckily for the Dolphins, he didn't actually the referees blew a whistle because he might have scored on that play. The way everybody was acting, but it's just not good football. Like, I mean, no matter how you cut it, like, and then where's the screen passes? Where's the play action? Like, I mean, those things were non-existent as well.
Yeah, those quick look passes, those are quick screens to the wide receivers. Can we just take that out of the playbook? Like, Devontae Adams got absolutely killed on a 2nd and 15 when the guy was basically in press coverage, and he threw it straight to him. The one to Renfro, like, those plays work if you have the numbers. If you have 3 receivers and 2 defenders, and you can block them up. But when it's 2-on-2, you can't throw that ball. And so I don't know if that was an RPO, if he should have just handed it off inside of Jay. I think that one was RPO, where he could have handed it off to Jacobs, but instead he threw it to Renfro, who lost yardage. But it was just weird all around. The way Bo Hardry, when he decided to take shots, was like short yardage. When he decided, and he didn't have anything dialed up in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 to get guys open quickly. Or if he did, O'Connell just didn't see him. But you saw a first-time play caller really struggle to figure out what the defense was doing. And it shouldn't have been that difficult unless they were running exotic coverages all over the place, because the game plan clearly wasn't to throw the ball to Myers and Adams outside. Myers didn't have a target to the 4th quarter. So going into this game, they should have drawn up a lot of stuff over the middle, get the ball to the running backs quickly, get it to them in space, get it to the tight ends. We saw that early, and then it kind of just disappeared. Now, they didn't run a ton of plays because they couldn't get a first down. I think they ended up going 4 of 14 on 3rd downs, but this team has to be able to convert 3rd downs. When you have the weapons they have, it's inexcusable to not be able to convert 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 1s consistently. And let's get out of the shotgun and stop running the ball on 3rd and 1 from the shotgun when there's not a lot that you can do when Jacobs is off to your right and they're going to run the ball through the A gap or the B gap on the left side of the line. let's just rip that out of the playbook as well. Bo Hardegree gets an F for today's game.
Yes, no question about it. And I don't understand. I mean, like, it's pretty clear when you have Howard, when you have Ramsey. Can we just teach the quarterback, hey, if number 5 is on that side, can we try something else? Can we go somewhere else with the ball? Like, can we just shift your eyes a little bit to the other side? Because I mean, it made sense to kind of test Jalen Ramsey, who is playing at a high level this year right now, ever since he came back from injury. And it was pretty clear that, like, get the ball to the tight ends, get the ball to the running backs. And like the thing that really bothered me was also too, was like they would have a drive starter, first down, get 8 yards, and then just not take care of the next play to get the first down. Like, you got to have something there to get the first down on the next play. It was ridiculous.
And Aiden O'Connell's got to take care of the football. If he's not going to be this dynamic, let's first state the obvious. He's not an elite talent. He's not even a good talent. He's an average talent. He's probably a backup quarterback in the long run. He's not mobile. He's not going to get outside the pocket. He's got his advantage has to be his mind. He has to get through the progressions and get the ball out of his hands. And if he's not doing that, what do you have? Like, I was never a big Aiden O'Connell guy, and he hasn't really shown me anything that leads me to believe that they should go into next year with him as the projected starter. They clearly shouldn't. They need to go get a quarterback. But a lot of people are out here trying to make excuses for Aiden O'Connell. He's a rookie. He's a rookie. He's a rookie. We get that. He's 25 years old as well. Let's not forget this guy. This guy's not 20, 21 years old.
Exactly.
This guy's an old man.
He's
I know he's a rookie, but
he's Bo Nick's age.
He's Cam Rising.
Exactly.
He just has to play better. This game was on a platter. We both predicted him to lose by a touchdown. We were right there. The fact they lost this game is not surprising. It's how they lost it, and the fact that they got absolutely nothing out of the quarterback position other than the one pass that he threw to Adams down the field. And he seems like a different player on the road. He's really struggled in both road games.
Yeah, 100%.
He's played a little bit better at home. Definitely against the Giants. I thought he played okay against the Jets, considering the defense they had. But I can't wait to fire up the All-22, hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday, just to see what was going on, because there could have been guys wide open and he just wasn't seeing them. But Aiden O'Connell really struggled today. And hats off to Patrick Graham and the defense, creating 3 turnovers, getting a stop in the red zone. The Dolphins were only in the red zone twice the whole game, and that's with an offense that couldn't get a first down. The defense was on the field the entire game and just kept making play after play after play, and the offense just went back out there and crapped down their leg for the most part.
PG, I give him 1. I mean, the only hiccup he had was the blitz. They were getting pressure, so I mean, on that one play, and even on that blitz, there could have been a couple of guys. I can't wait to see the All-22 on that play, because I think we might have had a couple of guys downfield illegally on that one. As far as that goes, but they played hard. They were doing. Peanut Tillman would have been. He must have been really proud watching this game, because they were punching the ball out a little left and right. Even Crosby almost got one later in the game, but it didn't happen.
I thought the guy in the chin.
He did the fuck. Crosby's a mad guy. When Crosby talks about getting into that demon zone, like when he gets in the field, like 100%. As the Broncos just scored. As we do the show, the Vikings are playing the Broncos, but it's Masterson too. Like the officials. The weird thing about the officials too that really bothers me is like why can't we just let the game? Why can't we let the play just breathe? Let the play breathe. Like, let it go. Like on the joke, on the horrible backward pass by O'Connell. Let the play breathe. Like, it's a backward pass. Don't try to like blow a whistle and say and lie to help your boy to say it was an incomplete pass. On Masterson's punch out, I don't remember exactly how it looked, but it looked like the Raiders recovered it and could have maybe run it back. Like, they got possession of the ball.
Epps recovered it, yeah.
Yeah, Epps recovered it. Like, let the play breathe, and then we can go back and get everybody together and say, okay, it was kind of like the Mara play where it wasn't a fumble because he didn't have enough attention.
They let that one breathe though.
Yeah, of course. Of course it was. Of course they let that one breathe. But I'm just saying, like, I'd let these plays go. I mean, I don't know why we're so close. We're so ready to blow the whistle all the time. But I do want to give PG his props because the Yaley is coming through, man. Like he really has. He's not. They're not giving up big plays. They're playing. They're so disciplined in what they do. I really give him a lot of respect. In between the 20s, for what he has to work with in between the 20s, if he's gonna hold people to 20 points a game, especially an offense like this, I mean, you got to give him a lot of props for this. And maybe, and I got to say this, maybe like he's not going to be back with the Raiders just because he might get an opportunity to go coach somewhere else. As far as the head coach goes, I mean, because he's really doing a great job with a bargain basement defensive unit.
Yeah, the Raiders were down several corners today. Amik Robertson was active. I don't remember seeing him on the field though. I don't know if he played very many defensive snaps.
He played specials, I thought, but I don't know if he played. I mean, Jones played already. Jones played today, so I don't
Jones
know
got a personal foul too, so
of course he
it was offsetting, but that's how he showed up in the box score. But they did what we thought they were going to do: a ton of zone. You saw Hobbs outside with Hall in the slot, which is exactly what we talked about in the preview show. They had to tackle for the most part. They did. They let Hill get loose a couple times there. Merrick took a bad angle, obviously, on the touchdown. I know people are killing Marcus Peters, but that's not on Marcus Peters on that touchdown when he's running an in-breaking route versus that coverage. At some point, they're going to have to think about taking Marcus Peters off the field, though. I didn't want to say it, but he plays off. He's off coverage on everybody that can run. Pretty much everybody. He's 10, 12 yards off. You just throw an out route underneath Marcus Peters, you're going to get 5, 6, 7, 8 yards every time. He can't run vertically with them. The only thing he can do is kind of play off coverage and try to jump some stuff. He's a zero in the tackling department. He's not giving you any effort. And if Jack Jones can get up to speed and he plays all right, and if you want to put Hobbs out there and you want to put Hall on the field, that could help them. It's tough to say that considering they gave out 20 points to the Dolphins, but Marcus Peters has struggled for a couple of weeks in a row out there, and he's really not giving you much. It'll be nice to see what Polamalu did. I know he had the interception on the overthrow, but I thought the defense played well in the second half, only giving up 6 points when Marcus Epps went out. But overall, the pass rush, we kind of knew the pass rush wasn't going to be productive today because Tua gets the ball in and out of his hands so quickly. Yeah. You really don't have time to get there. And there were a couple of times where the Raiders defense played a little bit too deep, knowing that the ball was going to get out, where they gave up, the quick 6, 7, 8 underneath, and they had to rally and tackle. You'd like to see them get up and get their hands on guys and kind of disrupt some routes. They didn't really do that. But it's tough to really say anything about the defense when you go to Miami. They were averaging 43.6 points per game at home, and you held them to 20. Yep. And you created essentially 3 turnovers and a turnover on downs. This game squarely falls at the feet of the play of the offense. That could have been the best Raiders defensive game we've seen in a while. Just everything all encompassed.
And also my man, my man Jacorian, I felt bad because that rep by Kuntz was a real good one. 3rd down sack. I'm like, okay, all right, Malcolm. And then it just comes back as a penalty down the field. They're trying to do whatever they can to keep him off the field. I think if Amik wasn't concussed with Jones and everybody like that, he might not have played very much in this game because he's brutal. He's I don't know what's going on with Jacorian. He's giving DJ Hayden vibes. Rest in peace. He's getting brutal watching that.
I thought we were gonna go Stanford route for a second, but
Stanford route.
It's tough because the receiver kind of ran into him, but you can't put your arms around the guy 15 yards down the field.
Just run with him. You run up 4-2, cousin. Just run with the dude. Yeah. My God, you don't have to body slam the guy. It's just it's or tackle him. What are we doing? What are we doing as far as that goes? I don't know. Biggest disappointment for you in this one, obviously Bo, for both of us. Anything else they missed? I would say
Bo and just Aiden O'Connell. He's getting reps in practice. He's played in 4 games now, and you didn't really see him do anything literally other than the ball down the field to Adams, which was a great throw. You want to see the next step, and for him, he's got to be able to sustain drives, convert third and shorts, and keep the ball moving. And if he's not going to use his legs, which he's probably not going to because he's not fleet of foot,
He should
the one
not
time
use
he got
his,
outside of the pocket, he made a nice throw to Tucker,
yeah.
who bobbled it and couldn't keep his feet in bounds.
Dude,
But
that's still okay. Go
it,
ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
it was, this team had an identity for 2 weeks, and it was turn around and give the ball to number 8. And for some reason today, they decided we're not going to turn around and give the ball to number 8 when they had the entire game to do that. So
What is you were talking to me about on Sirius radio, they had that stat about Josh Jacobs.
yeah,
What's the Raiders record again when he gets 25 carries or something like that? What is it again?
21-5. I think it's over 20. It could be 25. Might have been 22 carries, but they're 21-5 over the last 3 years, and Josh Jacobs gets into the 20s as far as carries.
Yeah, so let's just do that. let's just do that. It just makes all the sense in the world to give him.
Especially, you can do that in a game that's a one-score game. They never fell behind 14-0, 17-7. So the fact that you can take the 3 right before halftime out. They basically decided to give him 11 carries. And part of that's because they didn't run enough plays because they couldn't convert a first down. But they did the quarterback sneak early for first down. Then they had a couple of third and short, 3rd and 1, and they just went away from it and got stuffed. Like, just do the quarterback sneak again. Just get the first down. Like,
Yeah.
I miss the days of the explosive offense. Now we're just like, can we get a first down? That's basically where they're at. And with the money they've spent on offense, with the players they have, that's inexcusable. I would say, yeah, O'Connell for sure, and then Hardigree were the biggest disappointments. That Hardigree didn't have anything dialed up to get the ball to his guys quickly in space against this defense. And just, if I turn on the tape and all I'm seeing is the Josh McDaniels offense where they're just running vertically and trying to work down the field, I'm going to be very upset tomorrow because that's what it felt like watching TV. Like, where's the quick stuff? Where's the slants? Where's the get the ball out in the flat? Get the ball out of your hands. Where's the curl routes? Where's the hitch routes? Like, give these guys an opportunity. And you just didn't see that.
I would say that the only O'Connell play that I kind of felt bad for him was the Trey Tucker play on the sideline. Like, you got one, you can't bobble that, and you can't bobble that, and you can't not have both 2 feet in. Looks like the Broncos are going to be 5-5 here. Looks like they beat the Vikings at home. So, I mean, listen, I gotta give the Broncos credit. I mean, after that 70-point output by the Dolphins, they kind of came together as a team and won some games here. But that play was a bad play. I mean, you cannot not catch that ball inbounds. Defensively, obviously they played. The Raiders played great. Special teams wise, nothing really. Same old from Carlson and Cole. They're always really good as far as that goes. Masterson, can we play Masterson over Diablo? Like, can we start that train a little bit? I'm starting to like Matt Masterson right now, as far as the way he's playing.
Yeah, Diablo again, a couple of run fits where he just wasn't there today, and then obviously the touchdown. It's interesting on the touchdown he gave up because it's 3rd and 10. There's middle pressure. You have 2 guys coming through the middle. He's got the back, and he actually works up to the line of scrimmage and takes a bad angle, trying to shorten that distance when you have 10 yards to play with, and the guy just cuts in front of his face and gets blocked. He should be dropping and getting depth. If they want to throw that ball to that guy 2 yards from the line of scrimmage, come up and make the tackle, but you can't get beat across your face there. I'd like to see Masterson play some more as well. I would want to touch on the 4th down calls. I see a lot of people online. They're saying they should have kicked the field goals. If you kick the 2 field goals, then you can kick a field goal and win 22-20 at the end. I don't see it that way. This offense wasn't moving the ball at all. When it was 20-13, there was like 8 minutes left. It was 4th and 3. I don't mind going for it on 4th and 3. I don't like the play call where it's basically you're throwing a go route down the sideline to the slowest guy on the team, Jacoby Myers, who's not even open, and then you throw it out of the end zone and don't even give him an opportunity. So I'm more upset with the play call and where the ball went versus going for it. And then again, when they came back 20-13, there's like a little over 3 minutes left. It's a long field goal. If they make that on the 4th and 6, They need a 3 and out. If the offense get one first down, the game's over anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that. But again, the play call, you're just waiting for Bo Hardegree to pull that one play where it's like, okay, I've been saving this.
Mm-hmm.
I need 3 yards. I need 5 yards. This is my play. Adams didn't have a catch in the entire second half till like the second to last drive or something crazy. So they just kind of went away from him again. So I don't mind that. And I also don't you can't play the game out. Like if they kick the field goal, everything else is exactly the same. And they were going to get the ball back and they kick another field goal, everything would be the exact same. And then the field goal would make it 22-20. Maybe something else happens. Maybe there's a drive that goes on. So at the end of the game, you can start adding, well, they missed this, they missed that. But in the moment, I thought going for 4th and 3 was the right call. I just didn't like the play call.
Yeah. They held them to what do you got? So Mostert had 3.9 yards a carry, 22 carries on 86 yards. A-Chain was a 1 carry. He was one and done. The one time, I mean, let's see here. Tua had 2 carries, one of them he fumbled. And Ahmed didn't do much as well. It was just Tyreek. We know what it's like to be burned by Tyreek
Hill show.
We know what it's like to be burned by Tyreek Hill. As Raider fans, we know that very well. So that happens.
I'm just waiting. As great as the defense have played, I don't think they had a plan for Tyreek Hill. Like you never saw them like really double him, try to take him away. They never got aggressive at the line of scrimmage with him with a safety over the top. They kind of just let him do whatever he wanted to do the whole game.
Hey, that's very true. I don't understand. Like to me, like it's the free release means free points. Like why does he get a free release every time? Like just hit him at line of scrimmage, and you can still play what you want to play behind him, but hit him at the line of scrimmage, and then maybe that one that's that extra heartbeat where you just maybe 98 gets there. Like you know what I mean, or bats a pass down, or gets to the quarterback. Like you gotta give your pass rush a chance because. Tua is not going to give you a chance to rush the passer. He's going to get rid of it in like 1.7 to whatever his crazy time is to get rid of the football. I totally agree with you on that one. Like, I mean, they really could have done a better job there.
Yeah, and 87's coming to town next week. So if 87 gets 10 catches next week, I'm going to have a real issue with that. Like, the Raiders need to figure out how to make Travis Kelce not take over that game. But
yeah,
all in all,
especially
I do want to give the team credit. I thought they came out and they played hard. They were ready to play from the opening snap. The effort was great. The execution was not on offense, but they didn't fold. The team stayed together. They battled. There are no moral victories. Let's start there. There are no moral victories. It's an L. You're 5-6. At the end of the year, they don't look up and say, you had 4 moral victories, so we're going to give you an extra victory. That's not how this works. Like, it's an L's an L. So at the end of the year, the Raiders are playing with fire. For the fans that think the playoffs are realistic, they can realistically only lose one more game the rest of the season.
Yeah.
They have to get to 10-7. And I know that everyone wants to talk about the tiebreakers with the Bills, the tiebreakers with the Steelers. Throw those out, because what happens is you're going to have a bunch of teams that are going to be 10-7, 9-8. If it's more than a 2-team tie, if it's 3 or more teams, it goes right to conference record. And the Raiders are 3-4 in the conference. That's going to kill them too. So they don't have a tiebreaker if they match up with the Steelers or the Bills. They also don't have a tiebreaker with pretty much everyone else in the AFC because they're losing too many AFC games. So their only realistic chance is to get to 10-7 and hope by a miracle they're going to have a tiebreaker on someone. Other than that, they're just playing this thing out. They've shown improvement. Like I said, I really love the effort. Now the coaches need to do a little bit better. Bo Hardegree needs to do a lot better. There are going to be growing pains with the rookie quarterback, but if you're going to play the rookie quarterback, number 8 needs to get the ball 20 times a game and get the ball to him in the passing game too. He was a non-factor in the passing game, which is amazing because if you're not going to turn around and hand it to him, you got to throw it to him. You can't go a whole game and just not give the ball to your second best player.
Yeah, makes all. Yeah, exactly. They just didn't. Yeah, I mean that's it. That's pretty much it. I'm not sure where Bo was doing this week. Maybe he was reading his press clippings and watching that fake tush push.
It was too.
Oh. Go ahead.
I really think he was just trying to hit home runs all day, and instead of taking the single and keeping the ball moving, it was like 3rd and 1, flea flicker. We get over midfield. Let's put Tucker, align him right next to the tight end and run the reverse. And the whole defense knew it was coming. And he just got too cute when he should have just stayed to the basic stuff.
Yep.
And pounded the football, got the ball. Michael Mayer was a beast today.
He was right.
Didn't throw the ball enough.
And he was ready to have a big game. He was from the first play. You could tell he was engaged and ready to have a big, really have a big output in this ball game, but it just didn't happen.
And if you can't protect up front, if you can't protect, then you have to go to the quick game, and they didn't do that. The quick game does not mean throw a smoker out to that quick look screen to the wide receiver.
I hate that play.
Like there are a million other ways to get the ball in the hands. Throw a screen to the back. Where was using Abdullah if you needed to use a back in the passing game? Where was get an angle route to Jacobs coming out of the backfield? Give him a chance. But we didn't see any of that.
And the smoke route worked in Green Bay because obviously we know Aaron Rodgers is really good, but he actually gets rid of the ball very quickly. And sometimes he just goes sidearm that thing. Like AOC goes, oh, I'm gonna throw a smoke route and turns and takes it, and it almost takes forever for the ball to get there. So like the defensive back has an easy time stopping the play. So I just if you're gonna do that, like let's do it a little bit quicker. Let's get a little sidearm action or something, or get some blockers out there as well.
Then you get Adams on the double move on the last drive and just miss him. Like he smoked Ramsey on that.
Yeah, he did.
The safety's coming. I get it. It's going to be a tight throw, but like you got to give him a ball he can catch. Throw it towards the sidelines. That was a 40-yard play, and the quarterback just missed. So
yeah, and then also, that's a lot. That's a tough.
The All-22 is not going to be pretty for Mr. O'Connell when we look at it.
It's not. All right, Ray Nation. Instant reaction to the Raiders and Dolphins. It wasn't pretty, and I think one thing too to think about too is that they're probably, especially even with Denver, the way Denver's playing, will the Raiders be favored the rest of the season in any game? Like that's something to really think about too. Like I know we have this role going on with Denver, but like, will they be favored?
Maybe the Chargers game, but if you're starting O'Connell and they have Herbert, I would
still say
the books would have the Chargers be the favorite.
Yeah,
it'll be close.
It
might be a pick 'em or a 1-point game, but you're right. I don't think they're going to be favored
to win any game. I mean, like
I don't see them. They won't be favored on the road against the Colts. They won't be favored against the Chiefs. They probably won't be favored against the Vikings.
I would say not. I would say not. Yeah, I would say not. Yeah.
All right. Maybe the Broncos at the end of the year, but if the Broncos keep winning,
and if the Colts stay, I mean that game's on the road, so we'll see. All right, Ray Nation. See you next time.